MVP in the middle.
Yep.
Okay, we got the microphones.
Dajuan, it felt like it'd been a while since you guys had a lead for an extended period of time, going back to Creighton and Missouri, and today you guys led wire to wire. What was the key? And I'm wondering, maybe after the Missouri game, if you guys get together and have a conversation, or does that even need to take place?
We had a conversation after losing to Missouri. But I think we started the starting five came out on point. I feel like we was ready, and y'all saw the results. So we just came out ready today, and I think on the road the last two games we didn't come out ready, and I think today we was ready. So.
And Zeke, with about 12 or 14 minutes in the second half, you really started attacking the basket. Was that what they were just giving you, or was that by design? Did Coach say something to you guys, or because he talked last week about how it was important for you guys to play downhill and get to the basket?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of both. We knew that they were going to pressure us on the perimeter, so he kind of emphasized attacking that and getting downhill and making plays for yourself or others. So once I got comfortable and saw that a little bit and felt it a little bit more, I think getting downhill was the ultimate option.
How did it feel?
It felt good, obviously, just to not only make shots, but to get a big win like this. We needed to bounce back. The fellas played great, and we're gonna take this and move on.
Dajuan and Zeke, you guys combined for 8 threes tonight. How well do you think you guys move the ball to get the ball in your hands to shoot those shots?
Coach emphasizes that in the first half when we got to the halftime, and we just moved the side to side, got to the third side, and got the shot that we wanted. We played through the big fella, and me and Zeke just made shots today. So,
for Zeke and Hunter, when you guys have the lineup with you three and there's AJ and Rylan out there, what works for you guys when that lineup specifically is out there?
I think playing through him. It's the easiest game of basketball when you just play through your big fella who can, make plays for not only himself but others. And when we're moving, we have ball and body movement. I think that's when we're at our best. And he can see the floor over everybody, so it just makes things easier.
And Hunter.
I think when you have so much talent out there, especially on the wing and perimeter, it makes it easy for me down there. I feel like I got a lot of space. Because you got a guy like Zeke who's going out there and shooting 5 of 9. Rylan didn't shoot that good today, but he's one of the best shooters in the country as well. So I feel like there's a lot of space out there, and I feel like we're able to attack him from a lot of different ways.
Zeke, back here. Even after they got the first time out, when you got it off to the early lead, you got then increased the lead with a fast break bucket. What was the most satisfying aspect of getting out to that quick early lead to you?
I think it was just not letting up. We kept our foot on the break the entire game. It felt like obviously they made a little bit of a run, but we never folded, and we didn't feel satisfied with the lead that we had. We wanted to keep going, keep pushing the ball and playing with pace. Getting out in transition as much as we could. And that's when we feel like we're at our best. So. Just going out there and playing with pace, and then obviously, like I said earlier, ball and body movement. That's when we look like a team.
Hunter, you had 7 assists today, which I think is your highest at KU. Just, I guess, how did it feel to be able to set up your teammates so often as well as contributing yourself on the offensive end?
I'll first start by saying I thought I had more. That's what, but the guys make it so easy. We knew how they were going to guard. We knew they were going to be really overly aggressive, and that was going to lead to back doors and stuff like that. And we'd been really working with KJ on getting him down in the post and utilizing his size and just his athleticism. So I kind of knew that I was going to be able to facilitate out there, and guys made some really good cuts, and they found themselves open, so I had to hit them.
And then from your perspective, what was it like managing all the foul trouble with basically all of your forwards struggling with fouls today?
Yeah, no, it was kind of like a conveyor belt for us out there, especially in that late first half, because I feel like every big we had 2 fouls. I thought we were gonna have to throw Dylan out there, but it happens sometimes. Sometimes fouls occur and stuff like that. And, we always talk about our depth and how deep we are, and we feel like we trust in anybody who goes out there, and we have trust that they're gonna be able to do their job.
There's a theme here, but for the two of you, Hunter, you had an early pass to Zeke where he gave it into you inside. He relocated, and then you found him. I wonder, is that an indication of just getting more comfortable, more familiar with what you want? And Zeke, I wonder why you passed up that first one. Is that just not in the spot you wanted, or how did that play work out?
We had been actually kind of working on plays similar to that, but I mean, when you got a guy like Zeke who's so high IQ, and he's just a basketball player, and he, he makes the right reads. He threw it in. His man turned his head. He relocated. That's just a basketball play.
And back to your point. I mean, Hunter's a high percentage shooter, and from 10 feet and closer. So I'm going to pass up a good look for a great look, and I feel like anytime he has the ball down low, it's a great look for us. The guy closed out really hard. He jumped by me. So I mean, once I threw it in, I kind of relocated a little bit, like you said, and was wide open. So I took the shot, and credit to him for throwing that back out and trusting me.
How much are you guys talking free throws right now, too? That's something Coach has been talking about a lot. Didn't get there a ton today, but made them. How much are you thinking about getting there, and is that an emphasis, too?
Yeah, he talks about it quite a bit. But, I mean, I feel like we make plays downhill and in the post. Sometimes the whistle doesn't go our way, so we can't really complain. But one thing we do have to do is we have to, stop fouling the other team because that gives them free points. But I mean, when we're outscoring opponents and getting stops, I mean, the free throws aren't really a necessity, but it is a nice little touch when we can get to the free throw line and get those free points.
Zeke, I think this was your first above 50-point game since the UNC game, and I think you started off the season off the bench. Was there an adjustment period the last couple of games of just getting used to playing with the starters and knowing when to kind of put the aggression or not? I
mean, not necessarily. It was just, I was just a little bit out of a groove there for a while. I can be honest about that. And then obviously, losing those 2 games, it was a bit rough. But just coming out here and continuing to play and not worrying about whether a shot goes in or not, just continuing to play my game. I know my teammates trust me to go out there and make plays, whether it's for myself or for them. So I'm just going to continue to do that.
Hey, Hunter, when obviously you're the top priority here offensively, I mean, you're option number 1. When things aren't going your way, when the shots aren't falling, when turnovers or whatever, is there a place you go to, or is there something you do to kind of recollect yourself? I mean, do you have like a phone call or somebody you can lean on?
I think it's just mostly just having talks with Coach Self. I feel like going to him and really talking about like what he's seeing, what I'm seeing, and just trying to find solutions. I think mostly a lot of it has to do with just being more aggressive. I think, like when teams try to take me out the game, I kind of almost let them and not become as like even more aggressive, trying to find not only just shots, but putting myself in positions where I can impact the game offensively. And I think that's something after the Crane game. The way they guarded me, I think I really try to look at ways just to be more aggressive, not only shooting the ball, but just kind of putting myself in positions to where I can get the ball and teams got to guard me, and whether it's me scoring or facilitating.
Zeke, you've talked a lot about your level of comfort playing here at Kansas over recent weeks, but I'm wondering, was there a moment when you felt like you earned the trust of Juan, Hunter, and all your teammates?
I mean, in the summertime, our chemistry it's been there. It hasn't obviously reached its potential yet, but it's been there for quite some time. And, once I stepped into the locker room in June, it just felt like it was home. I'm playing around, great talent, obviously All-American big, could be All-American point guard right here. So I'm going to continue to just play off of these 2. They're going to continue to trust me, like you said. And, the comfortability comes with that.
Hunter, did you know you were that close to a triple-double?
Somebody told me, I forget, it was like either the under 8 or under 4. Somebody was like, oh, you have like 6 assists, you're passing the ball well. And so, like, I had it in my mind, but, like, it just, like, happened through the game. Like, plays just occur. Like, it wasn't like I was trying to force feed people, but, guys were just getting open.
Have you ever had one yet?
Yeah, back in, middle school, I went to Mater Day, and I was just always a great passer, Gary. So it just kind of happens, especially when you're big and people try to W. It just happen.
How many more did you think you had?
I thought I had like at least 8. But again, I told you I might have to go watch.
I think you had 8. They didn't give you the last one.
Okay. Thank you.
My stacker has one too for over 20 years.
They're getting old.
Zeke, I know that when you first signed here, a lot of people were just not uncomfortable, but a lot of people were just wondering if you would be able to hang here and play at such a powerhouse. What does it feel like to come out here and lead your team in points and be a leader?
That's a great question. I'm not really sure how to answer that, honestly. The one thing I'll really say is just I'm going to let the people talk outside of our team. That really has nothing to do with me. I'm going to keep my focus on the circle, that we have going on here in the locker room. I'm not necessarily worried about the outside noise. Obviously, people are going to have their own opinion and doubt us. Especially this week. Like, we were doubted the entire week just because we lost those 2 games in a row. But just coming out here and proving I can play on any level. I feel like I'm going to continue to do that. And I mean, that's that.
All right, thanks, fellas.